What's going on, guys? Darth back with another Queen's Blade Limit Break video. And in this one, I'm going to be going over some tips, tricks, best practices, and my thought process on how to approach and handle the Arrival Summoning event. Now, I do have another video coming out. It's an updated guide and overview on the Arrival Summoning event itself and all the various aspects of it. This is more of an advanced guide because of what I'm about to tell you. That's how I approach the Arrival Summons, how I complete various aspects of the Arrival Summons to work in my favor. And I'm talking about obtaining the currencies necessary to summon in the event and when to summon. Now, for the most part, we all know what the Arrival Summons is. All right, the Arrival Summons is how the game introduces new warriors. They're not called new warriors. They're actually called event warriors. If you go into your warriors and index tab, they all are noticed by this tab. Some are original warriors, but very few. But doesn't change what I said. They introduce new warriors through the Arrival Summon systems. Now, they will circle back and refeature warriors they've released, but in order to be released into the game, they generally go through the summoning. Now, we all participate in the summoning, whether that be our free summons or spending our various currency, meaning our books, the various books, and the spicy books in the spicy summoning posts. And more recently, the hot swap button that allows us to summon with gems. Now, this changes things a bit, but I'm finding that a lot of people are not actually doing the event in every aspect. This is a multifaceted event, guys. Most people just see this summoning part, and that leads to a lot of questions. They're not participating in the actual event here, which consists of not just the summoning, but the rank up, the warrior quest, multiplayer items, and the all-important currency exchange, where you can obtain currency. Now, I'm going to give you my approach and how I go about doing this, because that is another one of the questions, like, what warrior should I get? Should I use I got a bunch saved up, should I blow them on any particular warrior? Well, that depends, and this is going to be mostly for new players, but I do have some tips for older players as well, including an advanced tip at the end of the video that you're going to want to stick around for, because some people still don't know, and even I didn't pay attention to this until a few weeks ago. The first advice I will tell you is, first, when it comes to summoning, you need to make sure that you're not necessarily focusing as a new player on any of these warriors, because your focus is to get a main team, preferably warriors that you can easily get through the exchange shop or normal summoning, to 11 stars, max level to 80 for your boot camp, so that you can auto boost your other warriors. That should be your main focus. Not to say that you should not be focusing on obtaining these warriors, because it's important. A lot of these warriors are actually really good, and particularly in PvP. It's the summoning part that generally throws people for a loop because of the currencies. Most people think you have to come down here and buy these currencies, or you can get these currencies also through the weekly summoning pass, 100 for $20 a piece. I don't do that. Okay, that is not my methodology. But keeping in harmony with what we were just talking about, first thing you need to decide is which of the event warriors, you can do this through the index tab, you're going to focus on. Now, I'll give you a few recommendations. Fish, Goldie, Herald Secura, Mines Philia, and then, of course, there's a couple of break-in duels, but those are a little more complicated to get to some degree. Now, I can't advise any particular warriors, but you have to decide which ones you're going to spend your books on, because ultimately you're responsible to you for your decision. Because a lot of people don't want to make a mistake. So the other question I get is, how do I get so many goddamn books? Trust me, I have 770. Trust me, this was well over 1,000 several weeks ago. So how do I get them without spending? And no, I don't buy those passes. Just to prove it to you, I don't even own this $50 pass that gives me 2 a day. So how am I getting them? I use the event to my advantage. I come in here and I participate in the warrior quest. Not only do I participate, but I include the feature warrior. And that's an important aspect of it as well. But even if you don't have the featured warrior, you need to do this. Why? So that you can come into the exchange and obtain these books right here. These are free books. You don't buy these. You can get up to 10 a day. Most people aren't going to get 10 a day because of the way the currency works, but this is where my tips, tricks, and thought processes are coming in. What I did when I originally looked at these event warriors, and it's the wrong mentality in my opinion, you can still do it, I decided that I was going to go for the break warriors, and I went with Wisteria and the tank, and I had about 900 books at the time, and I went through and spent them. Well, my theory has changed. You can still do that. There's a few warriors that you want, but my thought process is you need at least a copy of each and every one of these warriors, because it's going to benefit you not just in the short term, but in the long term by giving you more opportunities to get free books and building up your stock of books so that you can summon more and more warriors. If you don't know, when you're doing the warrior quest, if you include the featured warrior, you get up to a max total, I believe it's 60% at 12 star, of currency, as well as a max attribute score to help you clear higher floors, getting more currency. So I currently have a 8-star warrior, a 5-star, it starts at 5-star, giving you 10%, all the way up to 60 at 12. 8-star gives you 40% currency. That's not quite double, but that's giving you 40% more currency to spend in the exchange shop. Here's how I approached this. Once I got the warriors I wanted, which involves you participating in this event, coming in here every day and buying your books, saving them up, blowing your load on the warriors you want. But then I got to thinking about it, and I'm not really taking advantage in the long run, meaning that the more warriors you have, the more currency you're going to get when they circle back and re-feature warriors. So my goal now is to obtain one of every warrior. Okay, you can see I'm starting to build them up so that no matter what event is running, I have an increase in my exchange shop so that I can take full advantage of the exchange and buy the max amount of books. This is all you want to buy, guys. You don't want to buy anything else. Now, that leads to a question that somebody asks is, okay, well, what if I have 0 books? How am I supposed to start obtaining these warriors? The same way I did. And it's my same approach to gems and other things. You need to save a stash first. What I did is I took the time to save up about 1,000 and I think it was 14 books. That's right. I participated in these events with my main team, and I was buying these books every day. Come on. I was buying these books every day, prioritizing arrival summons. Then I decided that I wanted one of each warrior. So now what I do is I summon at least 2 of each of these warriors every time an arrival comes. Why 2? Because 2 is all you need to rank up to 8-star. 8-star will give you a 40% increase in currency, meaning that starting from level 1 in this event here, where's it at? That's not what I wanted. Starting from level 1, you're getting a 40% increase, meaning more currency to obtain nothing but, sorry, I'm using a mouse, nothing but books. And you can get 10 a day. Now, most people, until about day 4, aren't going to be able to get both of these at max. You're going to have to prioritize. It takes 200 currency to get each of these. The good thing is that these reset every day. These other rewards, they don't reset. These reset for some reason every day. You got to use this to your advantage. You got to show a little bit of patience. Now, for the bonus tip, this is the arrival that just ended. I think at first I said that arrivals last about 7 days. They actually last 8. They cut off the participation at 7 days. But the exchange itself lasts an additional day, giving you a chance to spend additional currency. What that means is that by the end of the event, you should have, even if you're just investing in these 2, you should have excess currency. So you have a bonus day to come in and obtain currency. Now, typically I can buy both of these at the end of the event, but I messed up and didn't include the warrior on one of my rotations, or when I was burning my 5 attempts. That is how I approach it, guys. You need to show patience. You need to build up a stock. You need to decide what warriors you're going to focus on. And then you need to switch gears. You need to pivot to obtaining one of every warrior. Now, before I did that, I saved up again to 1,000 books. You don't have to save up that much. Like I said, usually up to 200 books will get you a warrior. And usually I can actually get them within 130 to 150. And with the added benefit of gems, you can actually even go for the third one. What do you think, guys? Yeah. What's your approach to the arrival summons? What's your goal? Are you focusing on specific warriors up to a certain level? Or like me, are you trying to obtain one copy of each to maximize the benefit of the currencies week to week to obtain more books? Sound off in the comment section. Let me know if you knew about that bonus tip. I didn't until a few weeks ago. I thought it just sent the excess currency to me via the mail. It resets one extra day. There's 8 days to obtain these books. If I missed any tips, tricks, or a different way of thinking about it, let me know as well. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.